to get us underway. And of course, he has a wonderful record of titles, his third in a row, and you'll hope in the process to collect that 100
performances in these sort of events, not only here in Gibraltar, but the European series, which he's, as you say, dominated. He treats every... It's taken a while this season to see him at his best, but I think he's nearing it now. I think he remains in this sort of event the man to beat, and that was before we saw.
To get themselves into tomorrow's final day, where, of course, you've got to win a further 4 matches to be crowned champion. Andrew Higginson has his own motivation for debut, so a win today would be like gold dust for Higginson. As Trump misses the long red by a margin.
To a 147. With his long game, he's been a bit in and out this season. And that was one that didn't get very close.
Yeah, he's won a professional title. He won on the old European Tour back in 2011. Beat John Higgins in the final to win that. And a final. Then led 8-6, 2 up with 3 to play. But only scored 7 more points. He is capable of taking advantage.
The spot itself is free. Dot that he was playing on. Maybe would have done many years ago.
What?
And that,
I mean, extraordinary fluke, actually. They all count.
Among those matches under frame 3. Barry
40.
Pinches, whose son Luke is well of late. They're level at 1-1. Milkins is 3-0 up on live pay fan.
21.
So bags of matches ongoing, and of course that'll remain the case until the field gets whittled down to best of 7 frame events. Which you've got to win 21, but enables you, I guess, to build momentum.
Deciding not to.
34.
Coming away from the reds a little bit. He's such a great shot maker, he can get the cue ball to...
Reflecting on the red that he missed to the right centre, and then of course the fluked pink
41.
from Trump.
He couldn't pot it until he potted the red first, which he's done. Right up the table. Right about leaving a red on here, so playing it a little bit to 1.
Colour, and it should be 1-0 Trump.
64.
Another well work break from Trump. Chance to play the cannon here, which is overscrewed. They missed it by so far. Just went back into the bottom right pocket, but ultimately it's
69.
The deciding factor in.
Well, that sets the seal on this first frame.
Towards the red and the black. To sort of blow away the cobwebs, perhaps. The red he missed. He went off, and then he was carrying on where he left off in the final of the Turkish Open in Antalya.
Yes, I guess the groundwork for that title was laid at the Welsh Open, wasn't it? When he battled his way through to the final without for the Wizard to play for this week, as Andrew Higginson breaks off in frame 2.
Be only leaving the red that he's playing if he does miss it.
1.
Higginson. Round of 16s, the German Masters, where he lost to Fan Zhengyi. I guess at the time he would have seen that as something of a miss. And he also made the last 16 of the shootout.
An awful lot changed.
Thank you.
The European Masters he won, it was almost like you could see young enough and open to improvement. He's looked confident players in the world. He knows he's going to have to be near or at the top of his game.
24.
Playing the safety shot which swings the cue ball round the angles. He missed the blue inside.
This time the long.
Well, the target was always behind the yellow, and it's not.
One.
So that's okay. Just goes past
7.
the other one. That counts for everything in this game. There's a release in.
Yes, prior to the Turkish Masters triumph, Trump's last ranking event, of course, came in the Gibraltar Open, albeit played in Milton Keynes, simply because of his extraordinary run of sustained success over the past 2 completed seasons. 11 ranking titles in that time was very timely for him. Of course,
21.
he's got odds to get into the Tour Championship, given that he had a modest record in the ranking tournaments this season. But of course, he's
of points to have any real hope.
20.
I don't think consistency would have been enough to win an event like that. If he makes it, and he has now,
37.
150,000 the rest of the season, although the early qualifies for the World Championship.
45.
It's not a bad time, and that's, I think, where Judd is at with his game.
51.
I think the not John didn't quite happen.
59.
Yeah, that's nicely retrieved by Trump into the right centre, and he looks like he's going to be heavily punished for it. This to make sure for Trump.
Barring snookers, of course. I suspect if this doesn't go in.
Mileage left in this one, although with Judd Trump, you never know. He could reel off a couple of frames in 15 minutes. And he started well. 2-0 up against Andrew Higginson in this their 10th. I thought the player of the day yesterday was undoubtedly Kyron Wilson, who scored so heavily, made 3 centuries, could have had, including 140 plus. But Wilson looking very sharp.
Just got to nestle into these. There's a red sticking out. He doesn't want to hit that half ball, leaving Trump. Turns up. Because it's going absolutely nowhere, this little exchange, to be honest. But it's not as if...
Thank you.
All if you lose in the opening round, but guaranteed 2,000 if you win your first match, and then it goes up in £1,000 increments all the way to the semi-final.
That match is, the tournament's being top-heavy, really. This is the prime example of that, isn't it? I mean, what do you say?
One.
You see that ball go.
Every match counts at this stage of the season. Just about room for Trump to get to the blue after knocking in the red, but not landing as he wanted to on a colour.
Yeah, that
Good to see Trump playing with a smile on his face again. At times he looked quite fatigued, quite frustrated during his runs at the Welsh and indeed the early stage all season, really, bar perhaps the champion of champions. After Selt had pushed him hard in the first session and could easily have shared it.
really refused. Have to go in this. Played it well, almost too well, to the point where I don't think I fancy taking any sort of a pot on.
Andrew Higgins. Thank you.
Yeah, one.
One.
Yeah, I don't know if it was in his...
Five.
No, just up for a lower value colour here.
11.
It's not travelled as far as he intended it to. Not that he's ever been afraid of going in and out of baulk to maintain a break. Very much in the hunt for that Bet Victor bonus. Oh, but Trump's missed the red.
60.
So he's...
It's the problem though, isn't it, when the opponent makes it. I think the myth in this game is that however high ranked you is, you know, very rarely would you lose 4.
One.
One, he'll now play Tom Ford, who beat Ian Burns earlier by the odd frame. In the 3 finals, he lost to Trump.
5.
Only too far. A delicate cannon on the 2 reds is required here. It's got to go. Revs on it.
One.
It's another chance for Trump to extend his lead. Not in quite consummate form as we saw earlier. That's a very good putt. I think the ball it's going to get hard in behind it though. Have to play it well if he does take it on.
But Trump favourite again to take it. And the frustration for Higgins gets out in the open.
I mean, I just didn't see what was in it for him playing it. He probably didn't know what else to do, but
7.
playing it almost.
Judd.
Big shot this.
One.
Yeah, well done. So now all of a sudden. So. Oh,
Andrew
well, it doesn't
Higginson,
matter.
one.
Centre pockets haven't been his friend so far today. This goes in and he gets behind the yellow. It's surely 3-0.
Trump Played well in the first two. This frame,
9.
that's all that really counts. Doesn't matter how.
12.
Chances, but Trump nonetheless in complete control now.
16.
With right-hand side, so didn't expect the cue would have come back at that angle. Yeah, it's one-way traffic. So
And even when you're 3 down with 4 to play, there's always hope. But for Andrew Higginson, the problem has been not getting chances. He's had plenty. It needs to have any chance from here. Trump just 1 frame away. Just a reminder that coming up after this position, the race to stay on the tour.
and a double. He's got to find another place on the table that he can keep the ball safe. Over there on the left. Where they started. And that's really well. So the fact that he didn't quite get under the cushion with the cue ball means that Judd was able to play that shot. And
the winner of that will play the whirlwind, Jimmy White, in round 2. Jimmy got a walkover with Anthony Hamilton withdrawing from the event.
It's not easy by any means, but it's a possible way of getting something started. He's playing it. He's playing it. And look at that shot. Just brilliant. Now he will. So is that. Goodness me.
Thin that cutback black was, and yes, okay, he's 3-0 up. He's got some
9.
wiggle room.
Always been so good. And I think that the better he just created something out of absolutely nothing
12.
here. And now all those reds that we said were.
Get the sense that there's a slight change in Trump's demeanour. That's gone quite a long time between rank gear. We've seen the likes of Mark Selby, John Higgins, and that's come with winning again, getting back into the winners' enclosure. An outstanding record in this tournament. Very happy memories of playing in it. Not to be sniffed at incentive
28.
of another million on the table this season with that triumph in Antalya. A single season when he won the world title.
34.
In a situation like this, Nick, there wouldn't amount to as many as you'd think. While he's there, there's not a lot that Higginson can do.
38.
That would open up things at this end of the table as well, where he's not really been in this break.
Wilson will play Rob Milkins in round 2.
Old cushion there, might do. Yeah, well, that's
49.
Terrific queuing.
Shouldn't forget that the opening
52.
red was a. Must be tight, this. Half a pocket, but
59.
that's after making it. And all the low value colours. Keeble's been spending a lot of time at the other end of the table.
Been trademark Trump, really, hasn't it? The way he's fashioned this break out of very little.
Judd Trump, 62.
He's
One.
So Andrew Higginson trying to get the snookers. 25 minutes time, 3:30 local time. That's 2:30 UK time. And of course, we'll bring you live here on table 1, round 2. That's assuming, of course, something truly remarkable doesn't take place here.
Andrew
Higginson
Higginson.
missing the black. That's not going to happen.